Hey, I've got a feel-good story for you if you can handle such a thing from me. It's even got a name, Elliot Page. You've probably already heard the story, but check it out. From the Elliot Page. Hey, friends, just want to share with you I'm trans. My pronouns are he, they, and my name is Elliot. Feel lucky to be writing this, to be here, to have arrived at this place in my life. How wonderful! I don't normally follow celeb stuff that much. I thought Juno was an okay movie. I strongly dislike David Cage games, so I feel, but I dislike them enough to care about things going on with them. So that it's sort of I'm involved in that sphere. But as you can see, and apparently Netflix is the Umbrella Academy. I don't know what that is, but um, as you can see, this is a big deal. We've got a tweet, million likes, probably going to get even more. We got a Twitter headline, great, phenomenal. So why do I care? Well, I think the story here is broader than just the tweet that Elliot tweeted and the sentiment expressed it and in the responses. And I want to talk about that for a second, but I think this is like a really nice tweet. I love that I'm trans. I love that I'm queer. The more I hold myself close and fully embrace who I am, the more I dream, the more my heart grows, and the more I thrive. To all trans people who deal with harassment, self-loathing, abuse, and the threat of violence every day, I see you, I love you, and will do everything I can to change this world for the better. Thank you for reading this. So Elliot will be taking to the streets, fighting transphobes, as I understand it, which is good. I support, I guess. Good luck. But the thing that really sticks with me here is, and pardon me for gloating, man, are we winning the culture war? Like, it's 2020. Imagine 10 years ago. Can you imagine something like this going over well? Like, not just going over okay, but going over well. But now, just a decade later, we get just overwhelming support, just across the board. And I've seen the news publications, they're already using the right pronouns. They're saying Elliot, and it's great, you know? And part of this is just a gloating thing because it really does feel like the tide of history moves progressive with time. If you take a look at the past 300 years, let's just take the United States of America. So let's just say 250 years, okay? Um, though economically, we have our back and forths, when it comes to identity-based issues, race, gender, sexuality, things seem to keep getting better fairly consistently. It feels like fighting against that trend is sort of like a waste of time, like the Jordan Peterson types, like they account for, how do you do JP's voice? How do you do it? Um, I would rather go to prison than be forced to use these Marxist pronouns. You cannot. Forced speech is the beginning of compelled language, which is a dictatorial tendency. Something like that, You can hem and haw all you want. Whether you like it or not, 2 generations from now, all your motherfucking grandkids are going to be saying they, them, she, whatever. They're going to say whatever the hell they want. The stigma that gets carried along with these issues. Same a little while ago, by the way, with gay folk. Before, common discourse was that gay people were predatory and disgusting and so on and so forth. There are still people who believe that today, sure, but most people, I'm pretty accepted. Most communities here in America, I'm pretty accepted. It's not perfect, but it's getting better. Same with trans people. And down the line, we'll find other niche issues to argue about, like, what's going to be the next like big culture war target after trans people, right? Because there are a ton of people on the right who seem to believe that the existence of trans people represents some kind of existential threat to the West, which is ridiculous. If you actually cared about Western values, what you're really talking about fundamentally are Enlightenment values. And Enlightenment values are rooted in things like liberalism, individual expression, and freedom from outside coercion. And while I don't think we always do a great job following through on those values, to be transgender or to reject your assigned gender identity is the purest expression of individual will. There is nothing to me more cucked than feeling intently that there's something wrong with your presentation or with your identity, and then shoveling it down inside of yourself because it's wrong to go against traditional social conventions. Of course, everyone struggles with those feelings. I remember back when I first realized I was attracted to men that I was, it was a little weird at first, but what are you going to do, right? It is pretty cucked to stay locked in those feelings. Some people have to because they live in really fucked social situations. Like, especially if you're like, really young and like your parents maybe not going to accept you if you come out. Okay, fine. But what I'm really talking about here is like the broader cultural argument, the broader problem. And it looks like things are getting better. I wish Elliot Page all the luck in the universe, with this. Now, Elliot Page is, of course, a tremendously successful, wealthy, famous, and influential individual. So I don't know how much my personal affirmation is needed here. I think he actually acknowledges that. Yeah, I also ask for patience. My joy is real, but it's also fragile. The truth is, despite feeling profoundly happy right now and knowing how much privilege I carry, I'm also scared. Yeah, okay, so, you privilege is intersectional. Whatever the case may be, um, I am happy for Elliot, and I'm happy, even more so maybe, for all of the people who Elliot's public announcement will inspire. Because I know that stuff like that can kind of have a ripple effect where a lot of people suddenly have the ability to contextualize feelings they have, or they realize something about themselves that they didn't previously, A lot of people, now there are conservatives who get mad about this too, they call it rapid onset gender dysphoria, which was a made up term from a single academic study. And that one academic study was widely criticized and discredited. And I've even done so myself because it was a very silly study, but they'll say, like, you can't normalize trans people. You'll convince all your kids to be trans. Like, my dude, when I was young, like in high school, I wasn't convinced into finding men attractive from Hollywood. I found men attractive, and I only realized that was a thing, that it was okay to do because of positive examples around me. But there's a big difference between being made something from media and being told it's okay to be something from media. It's a pretty important difference. Whatever. Good luck, Elliot, and good luck everyone else. And Godspeed to whatever minority ends up being the subject of the next fucking culture war. I don't know what we've done gay people. And we're always doing the race. We're never not having the race culture war thing. And trans people are the big focus right now. Maybe intersex people will be the next thing, Maybe the intersex discourse will explode, and whatever the case may be. Good luck.